Lesson number 33 is about multiple unit multipliers. And our first question asks us to convert 360 inches to yards. So to go from inches to yards, well, we can go from inches to feet to yards. Now remember, a unit multiplier, that's just like saying there's 12 inches in 1 foot. Or we could reverse that and say there's 1 foot in 12 inches. And we're going to use something like this to help us solve the problem. Now if we have 360 inches and we want to convert that to yards, we're going to have to say 360 inches over 1 times some unit multiplier that will take us to feet, and then times another unit multiplier that will take us to yards. So inches must cancel with inches. So we're going to put 1 on top and 1 on bottom. Then we're going to have feet on top, because we know there's 12 inches in 1 foot. Next we're going to have to put feet on bottom, so feet cancel, and yards on top, so we can get to our final answer. We know there's 3 feet in 1 yard, and now we can go ahead and figure out what our number answer is, because inches and inches cancel, feet and feet cancel, and we're just left with yards. So our answer, well, 360 times 1 times 1, that's 360. 1 times 12 times 3, well, we've got 12 times 3. And we could go ahead and do this math. It wouldn't be hard. But we could also just leave our answer like this and report it with our correct label and say 360 divided by 12 times 3 yards. And we've got our final answer. Now if you wanted to simplify it, you could. It would give you the same credit though, so you'd be going through a few extra steps. We'd have 360 over 12 times 3. That's going to give us 36. And we know 360 divided by 36 must be 10. So we'd have our answer. There's going to be 10 yards in 360 inches. Both answers are the same measurement. I'm happy to give you full credit for our top measurement because you've done the calculation correctly, you just didn't multiply or divide, which is fine because I know you already know how to multiply and divide. We need to spend our time working on these questions. And since you already have these skills, you're free to leave your answer in either method that you choose. Let's look at another multiple unit multiplier problem. Here we want to use 2 unit multipliers to convert 24 inches to miles. So it's always a good idea to write out how you're going to get there. We're going to go from inches to feet to miles, because it's hard to know how many inches are in a mile without working through feet. So 24 inches, that's not a very long way. 24 inches over 1 times some unit multiplier with inches on bottom and feet on top, so the inches will cancel out. And then another unit multiplier with feet on bottom and miles on top. So we get our answer. Well, inches will cancel, feet will cancel, 1 on top, 1 on bottom, 1 in the numerator, 1 in the denominator. Now we can fill in our values. There's 12 inches in 1 foot, and there's 5,280 feet in 1 mile. So this tells us what our answer is. 24 times 1 times 1 is 24. 1 times 12 times 5,280 we could write as 12 times 5,280. We could report our label, that's miles, and then we could box this to show that it's our answer. Now this is a problem where it's worthwhile to stop here. If we continued and did 12 times 5,280 for our denominator answer, and then said 24 divided by that number, it's going to take a couple minutes to go through that calculation. I know you know how to do that, so we're better off moving on to the next problem. If you'd like to, you're more than welcome to, but this answer will get you full credit. Let's move on to one more example. Here we want to use 2 unit multipliers to convert 4 square meters to square centimeters. So we can go directly from meters to centimeters because we know there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So let's begin. We're going to get 4 square meters. That's meters times meters over 1 times some unit multiplier times another unit multiplier, because it says use 2 unit multipliers. So we've got 2 meters here, so we're going to have meters both times. Then we're going to have centimeters on top both times, so that we get our answer in square centimeters, because that's what the problem says. So there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter and 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So when we look at this, meters cancels with meters both times. We're left with centimeters times centimeters. That must be square centimeters, or centimeters to the second power. We've got 4 times 100 times 100. Or we could say 4 times 100 squared, because 100 squared means 100 times 100. So here's our answer. We can box it and then move on to the next question. If you wanted to write 4 times 100 times 100 square centimeters, you get full credit for that as well. And if you want to multiply that out, you'll get full credit for that answer as well. Lesson practice will be on page 110. Make sure you've got your notes complete, and I'll see you during our next class.